Hi, welcome to HeKatesXing. We're up to part 4 of the Chariot de Marseille. Okay, what we're doing is we're looking through the predicting your future. I am looking at what they say, but I'm also looking at what I feel about the cards as well. And you can take what you want, discard the rest. No big deal. It's all about what resonates for you. These are just ideas, just suggestions. These are some of the ways that I work with Chariot de Marseille. Quite different than Rider-Waite-Smith, even though sometimes when I do a reading I will occasionally get Rider-Waite-Smith flash in my head. It might show me a particular card from one of my decks. It might show me something else a bit more in depth about that card, something I hadn't thought about it might relate to. What I'm giving you today are just real quick thoughts about what the card could mean. Totally up to you to put it in context in regards to the question, the layout, the spread. What spread you use talks about the position. So what card does the position actually lay in? What does it mean? All those things. What are the surrounding cards? How many of each suits have you got? You've got so many pentacles, so many swords, so many cups, so many wands. How many mages? It all means something. What colours stand out, seem really important. All those things can come into play when doing a reading. So please don't take these as gospel. These are just ideas and suggestions. Remember, tarot has been around for a long time, and there are a lot of different school of thoughts, depending on where you're from, who you learnt from, what books you've read, what videos you've watched, what websites you've looked at, and who you discuss tarot with, what resonates, what doesn't. Totally up to you. So let's have a look at what the Chariot means. Okay, let's have a look at the Chariot. And the Chariot keywords are challenge, travel, and expansion. Okay, that's quite different from what, in some respect, than what I would normally use as the Chariot. But I can understand those words. So the questions you ask yourself: am I at a point in my life where I can develop my potential? Can I dispel any uncertainty that I'm feeling? Who can I seek advice from? Or if you're about to start a new enterprise, am I well prepared for my challenge? Am I blindly optimistic? Can I cope with unforeseen developments? Do I have enough financial backing for my enterprise? Interesting. For me, this is very much normally about successes, but yes, there can be challenges with the direction you move in. You can see the horses are moving maybe in 2 different directions, so maybe you feel like you're being pulled in different directions for some reason. This can ask you to contemplate, to really meditate and reflect on the direction you actually want to, and then make a focus on getting into that direction as well, which is quite important. So yeah, for me it's very much about victorious, being triumphant, being successful in what I've actually achieved by focusing on the direction that I'm actually moving in. So just some thoughts. So next one is the Star, and the Star's keywords are hope, inspiration, and idealism. Okay, questions to ask: are my objectives realistic or unattainable? Is my outlook as practical as it should be? Do I tend to daydream and waste precious time? Am I using my imagination and creative talent in a positive and practical way? Am I being self-deceptive or untruthful? If so, this is taking the easy way out of tricky situations. So for me, the Star is definitely about looking at things in a more positive light. Maybe this is allowing your true self to shine through. maybe you find yourself connecting to the different realms, you know, emotional and physical. Maybe you find yourself finding your emotions are overwhelming your physical health in some way. It also, I find the star card as wishes. Okay, wishing for things. So, or you're hoping for a positive outlook on the situation. So, and maybe you're releasing some of the old emotions coming in, as you can see here by the letting go of the water or the liquid here. Letting go of some old emotions, maybe. Just some thoughts when you look at these cards. Now, let's have a look at the minors. We've got minors and sevens. Make sure we've all got sevens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's definitely a 7. That's definitely a 7. That's definitely a 7. So we've got sevens. Here we are. So let's see what the sevens are in general when we look at the numerology. Sevens talks about, again, about success. But for me, well, I suppose 7, for me, in playing cards, 7 to me is about luck. So we don't know whether that's luck, positive or negative, but it just is. It's fortune. Okay, our fortune can turn either way. Also, I find it can also be a sense of initiation, like you're moving through into a new level. There's lots of things about sevens we can talk about, but let's go with, says success. Okay, so we've got success in our health and finances, material aspects, our physical aspects. We've got success in regards to our mental ideas and plans, or the way we communicate has caused success. Here we have success in a relationship. We have a success in our dreams, in the way we've dealt with our emotions, maybe, is allowing us to have success in that situation. Here we have success in our creative project. Success maybe in a ambitious way. Success in our sexual energy, in our sexual relationship. We might find that successful in some way. Maybe we're being successful in regards to our ambitious needs. You know, what else can you think about being success when you look at these 4 suits, knowing what they actually mean? And you know this is about prosperity and physicality. This is about the mental aspects. This is about your emotions and your soul, your dreams, your feelings. This success in regards to your desires, your wishes, your success in your passions and creative energy, your creativity. So that's quite, if you think of that as success, that sort of keeps it quite simple. Sevens as success. And you think of it's about successful in the way that you move. This is successful when you release the old emotions, or with the hope. So yeah, could work. So success. So there we have sevens. I don't know why I picked them up, but anyway, let's do the 8s. Okay, so you'll notice the cards like the in here, it's very hard to know which is reverse and which isn't. So here we begin with justice. Okay, so let's look at what the book says about justice. Justice's keywords are balance and restraint. Okay, so maybe you're feeling very balanced in the situation, on a big level, or maybe you're feeling very restrained. Okay, the questions you ask yourself: am I being selfish and inconsiderate of others? Am I burying my head in the sand over a problem that is confronting me? Am I thinking about just about today and not what will happen to me or others a year or two from now? Do I complain childishly that life isn't fair? If I opt for the difficult decisions, will I become a better person? That's interesting. Will I become a better person? So we talked about balance and restraint. Balance between positivity and negativity. She held the scales behind her throne. There are sometimes depicted two upright columns representing, so the columns represent moral strength and integrity, and she has the power to differentiate between right and wrong. She can be stern but is always fair, and while her expression is serious, she is good at heart. Okay, so for me, justice, again, you're looking at truth with consequences, a sense of dealing with legalities on some level, but it's always about balance. Balance seems to be a really big thing. About equilibrium. Are you feeling things are at an equilibrium, which is quite important. Things are balanced for you. Interesting. So next card we have is the moon. We're getting close to the end here. Okay, the moon. The moon dominates the images on this card. Okay, this talks about, what's the moon that we're talking about? Emotion, intuition, and illusion. So are you looking beyond the illusions? Are you using your intuition? And what are your emotions at this time? For me, it's also, with this one here, I get a sense of always your enemies. Are you facing your enemies? Sometimes we're our own worst enemies too, which is important. So your questions: am I being illogical at present? Have I looked at my problems from a purely practical point of view? Has someone too much influence over my judgment? Is my imagination running away with me? Am I holding back when I should let my feelings be known? Am I overreacting to a situation? This could also be about moon phases. So this could be very much about moon phases phases within a cycle. So where are you at this time? Are you facing your fear? Are you, what are you actually afraid of? Is this an illusion? What is your illusion at this time? Is being afraid truly an illusion, or is it a reality? Taming the wild dog. Those who think, taming the wild side, it's part of that thing, always says to me. It's definitely very emotional. Maybe our moods are up and down, like like tides, ebbs and flows. A bit like acknowledging your emotions at this time. All those things come into play. So let's have a look at number 8 in the minors. 8 talks about partial success. So we might achieve some of what we need to, but not all of the goal. So that's quite a hard one to sort of put in. For me, it's always about movement. We're moving in the right direction, but not yet got there. So maybe that's part of it. I always think of things moving quite quickly with wands. Maybe, I always think of wands, the rods or the batons, as moving fast. So maybe they're moving quite quickly. With the 8 of Cups, we're walking away slowly from something. That's emotional. We're walking away from something. I feel like they're always walking away or walking to. So you could say you're walking to something better. It's however you choose to word the situation. For me, you might be, it does talk about being constrained, but this one I feel like it's a sense of, I feel like you're not able to walk away, you're stuck with the swords. I feel like you're contained. You can see that here with this image here. I feel like you're stuck in the situation. You're contained in some way. And this one here is a sense of, see, it's normally about a completion of tasks. If it's Rider-Waite Smith. Here, if I'm thinking about partial success, I can think about maybe my work or my career or my finances, or what is on the way but not quite there yet. So yeah, this could be a reminder to finish the task at hand. You know, you think of that as being finishing the needing to finish the task at hand. You could think of it that way. So there you have cards 7 and 8 of the Tarot de Marseille. So thank you for being with HeKatesXing. Excuse me. Thank you for being with HeKatesXing. And don't forget to subscribe, like, click the bell so you know when my next video is going to be released, when the next one's released. Also too, don't forget to catch my lives. You can also book for a reading with me or a healing session through my blog. You can donate. Hopefully I'll be able to add the links below when I get a chance. If not, you should be able to find some of the links on my channel, which will link to or in the discussion page too. Should add some of the information to my discussion page. You can check that out as well. So lots and lots going on with my channel. Hopefully I will have a lot more videos up and coming. Take care and blessed be.